Played you the clip from the post game with Oklahoma City losing to the Houston Rockets. Berry Tramel, the Oklahoman columnist, asking a question to Steven Adams, but Russell Westbrook. I think intentions were good, but I think it was a situation where Russell acted the way he does on the floor. Get out of the way, clear out, I'll take over from here, and made the matter worse. Let's bring in Berry Tramel joins us now. Berry, good morning. Thanks for joining us. How did this play out post-game for you?
Surprising. I wasn't expecting any kind of showdown. But you said it best. I mean, that's just sort of the way Russ does it. Just Russ being Russ. I wasn't particularly surprised that he did that. One of his problems is this is only the second time, and Friday night was the first, that he sat at a podium with anybody except Kevin Durant, ever. So, he generally wouldn't. I don't think he'd do that with Durant. But Taj Gibson sat with him Friday night, and they won, so he's in a pretty good mood. And lost yesterday, and Steven Adams is sitting there, and I felt bad for Steven Adams because I think he got put in a really bad spot.
But, okay, with Durant, is he doing the role that Durant did with him, with his other teammates?
No. They're not. They don't do much of anything alike, just to be honest with you. A lot of people have likened this. If you remember last May, or maybe it was April, when Mark Cuban called, when said Russell Westbrook wasn't a superstar, and we asked Westbrook about it after the game, and Durant interrupted and said, "I'll take this one," and that's when he called Cuban an idiot. And people said, "Well, Kevin took the question," and everybody thought that was charming. The deal yesterday was Westbrook didn't take the question. He didn't answer the question for Steven. He just refused to let the question be addressed. So things different than Durant. Westbrook plays and lives, as best we can tell, on the living part, through intimidation. He likes to intimidate circumstances and situations and people. And he generally gets by with it because he's a great player and, he can be charming. But it sort of disintegrated yesterday.
What role do you think the media, if any, will play in Russell Westbrook's future in Oklahoma City?
Oh, I don't think any. I think media relations actually plays in its favor for staying long term because, they've handed him the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah.
He can literally do just about whatever he wants, from picking the national anthem singer to what color uniform they wear to, who comes to the post-game press conference. I mean, Russell Westbrook gets to decide just about everything, and there'll be some franchises that would do that, but there'll be some that won't. So I would think that would play in Oklahoma City's favor.
Do you think his future is still there?
I tend to, although I got to be honest, since July 4th of 2016, I'm out of the prediction business on where superstars are going to go. So I don't have any idea, but I'm reasonably optimistic that he's going to stay. I think he likes the challenge of doing it, differently from Durant.
Who's going to want to play with him, Berry?
Well, now that's a good question. I don't even know that playing with him's a problem. I think playing with him would be sort of fun and cool, but working with the guy, going to practice and dinner and airplane flights, that would wear you out, I think. Sometimes I wonder if that's why Durant left. Was he just saying, you know what, I've sort of put in my time with this guy. So the playing part's fine. I think a lot of guys, a lot of really good players would find it fun playing with Russell Westbrook, but you gotta sort of accept that intimidating personality that he has, and he comes by it honest. I don't know that it's manufactured, so I don't think it's going to change.
But what role did all of this play in Durant leaving?
Well, I don't know. We all speculate, come up with 6, 7, 8 different theories, but it's clear that there was some sort of fractured nature in their relationship. That we don't know what the genesis is, but it's clear from what happened that they weren't as tight as they led us to believe.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know that when you enlightened us last year, you were saying that these guys aren't friends, that they coexisted on the floor, but they weren't best friends. It felt like Durant was finishing Westbrook's sentences in the post-game press conferences, and it felt like there was a little more unity there, and you set us straight on that. I don't know if the media played a role with Durant the way the media played a role with LeBron James. I think the media said to LeBron James, you can be great in Cleveland, but if you don't win any titles, you're not one of the great players of all time. We kept saying to Durant, hey, you haven't won a title. If you don't win a title, you're just another, all-time great scorer. Did that play a role, do you think, or deciding factor?
Yeah, I think that did. I think that did wear on Kevin. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't know that it's the same with Russell, especially in lieu of the season he just had. He climbed Mount Oscar. He's going to be the MVP, and, I think he's reached a level of status that maybe most of us didn't think he could reach. Years ago, I made an offhand comment to my pal, Buck Harvey, down in San Antonio. We'd go to Dallas Cowboy games and talk NBA the whole game, and he was talking about how great Durant was, and I said, he is great, but I'm not sure he's the best player on his own team. And over the years, I've thought about that, and I've thought, man, I'll bet Buck thinks I'm an idiot, because it became clear that Durant's a generational superstar and just an unbelievable talent. But here we are in 2017, and Russell Westbrook's making history that nobody thought could be made, and so he's achieved a level of status that's hard to achieve. He wants to win as much as anybody.
But who would you rather have, Barry? If I said you could have Durant, Harden, or Westbrook?
Well, I'd take Kevin Durant, mainly because I think he's easier to live with. No offense to James. That is offense to Russell, I would say.
Yeah, but you keep alluding to this. How much of a problem is he? Is he just a control freak?
I think he is a control freak. Control freak might be too heavy. Yeah. But it might not be either. I mean, there's a quote from one of the Thunder players, Bleacher Report, or somebody did a story on the music in every locker room. And they asked one of the Thunder players, hey, who selects the music for the Thunder locker room? And the player said, everybody knows who runs this locker room. So, it's really not a question of what's going on in Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook is running things, and in a lot of ways throughout the organization.
Barry, is there any chance you're the problem in Oklahoma City?
It's completely possible. And here's the deal, Dan. You don't want to put it up to a vote. I don't want to put it up to a vote. I don't want to.
It might be unanimous for Westbrook, right?
Well, he would get elected mayor, I can tell you that, and governor.
I do give you credit. You did not give up the microphone, even though you were probably feeling those daggers that Westbrook was sending back at you, and then everybody in the media is looking at you. I hear the flash bulbs going off there, and you refused to give up the microphone, and you still didn't get your answer.
I just wanted to hear Steven Adams talk, because I love to talk to Steven Adams, and they brought him to the podium first time ever Steven Adams has been to a podium press conference after a game. First time ever. He had to be sitting there thinking, what have I got myself into?
By the way, is there any chance Oklahoma City wins this series?
I don't see how, because now one of the best things Oklahoma City's got going for them is Andre Robertson is playing out of his mind, and now Mike D'Antoni knows how to get rid of him. So all you got to do is start fouling him in the first quarter when you get in the bonus, and he's going to have to go to the bench. And so to me, it's over.
Barry, great to talk to you. Don't give up the mic again, okay?
All right, see you guys.
All right, it's Berry Tramel, Oklahoman columnist. Hung in there. The
Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.